Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of TSP and it is another international ration review. And very exciting international ration review for me in particular. I'm going to be reviewing a ration I've never seen before or know virtually nothing about. And before I do show you what it is, I do need to give another special thanks and shout out to Safari Man 1, who certainly made this video possible by sending me today's international ration. So without any further ado, thank you very much once again, Safari Man 1. Certainly appreciate your sponsorship and support on my channel, and certainly by helping me out with this fantastic Chilean ration. Now look at that fantastic looking packaging. Now I'm not sure, it says authentic military food producer DAF, so I'm not sure exactly if this is a military issue ration or if it is a civilian issue. It doesn't seem to have a barcode on it, which would suggest to me that it is indeed for military purposes, because it doesn't have a commercial tag on it, and it's got a very... Look at that, that's so cool. And it's a little bit like one of those kind of Christmas presents. It's so wonderfully wrapped up, you don't really want to get it out. And as much as I want to review it, I don't want to review it. It's just like a really cool thing to have. But anyway, I'm going to review this because it is very interesting, very keen to see what we have inside. So I don't think I really have ever seen a Chilean or military ration review, although I did have a little search on YouTube and there are some available. I haven't actually watched one, so maybe I should have done that before I dived in. But I kind of liked the element of surprise. Now right off the bat, it feels like there's some strange components in there that feel like solid plastic. I'm not sure exactly what those are. Usually with like the US MREs, and I could actually go grab you its counterpart. So there you can see the US, and that's the Department of Defense issued brown bag style MRE, and that's also a menu 9. Funny enough, this is menu 9 too, but you can see the size difference, how big the Chilean one is compared to the regular US size one. But those of you who have tried a US military ration kind of know it's got that kind of squidgy retort pouch feel to it, but this kind of almost feels like it's got I can't even describe it, like here, and you can't feel it, but it almost feels like kind of a plastic tube. But we'll soon find out once we get it out. And again, you can look at the kind of size comparison to the Chilean one, and imagine having to carry 3 of these around a day, because that is, I think it says 1500 plus calories, so I'm guessing that's just an individual meal and not a 24-hour ration, unlike the 2 other rations that Safari Man sent me, which was a Portuguese and a Russian. Those are both 24-hour rations, so also going to look forward to reviewing those in the future. But there you go, that's the Chilean one, what we are getting out on the tray. This is a little spoiler, you will be seeing me review this one, and I got to thank Trip, one of my viewers, for sending this to me as well. So thank you. If you guys out there want to send me a ration to review, please do. I won't stop you. You can leave a comment in the mess section below, you know how it goes. But anyway, we're going to put that away for another day and get this one out and see what's inside. Alrighty, so let's see. And again, it doesn't have a like tear notch or strip on it, but I was going to say, I don't really want to kind of damage the packaging. I might even save the bag as a little souvenir. And yeah, I'm kind of hesitant to get into it. Let's just look at it one last time in its full glory before we get it out. It's got a little knife. Most MRE kind of reviewers do have a knife to open with. This was something I got at the dollar store, and $4. It's a little moldy tool, pretty cool, certainly for the money. But anyway, you've opened it up. Did a pretty good job, guys. Look at that. Let's get the stuff out. So I'm fascinated to see what felt like plastic, and it wasn't the spoons. We've got a little spoon and what looks like an accessory pack. Now that's a bitty little spoon. Look how small that is. So I'll put our accessory pack down there by a little shit and binocular boy. I can't even see what that says there. Does it look any bigger or clearer through the camera? Feels like nuts or something like that. Oh no, it's not nuts at all. It's an isotonic drink Does that say pineapple? Oh, that'll be interesting. We haven't had a pineapple flavoured beverage powder before. Okay, so this was the thing. Oh, look, it's crackers. It felt like kind of a piece of plastic tubing, but what that looks like is some kind of crackers or maybe pepperoni. I don't know. But that's pretty cool. I haven't ever seen kind of items come out. That's very freeze dried, or freeze packaged, vacuum sealed rather, should I say, not freeze dried, vacuum sealed. Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that, but that looks like it could well be crackers. And there was another thing in there that felt a little bit like this. So what have we got here? I can't see that right in it. It is very small. Trying to get it up to the camera, so, and that doesn't even help. Possibly jerky. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. That is interesting. It's very small writing. We'll figure that out when we get to it. So there is a whole bunch more stuff in there. I should have shown you inside, and we still got quite a few components to get out as well. So what's this? Coffee. So we've got some coffee. Pineapples and syrups. We've got a pineapple drink and pineapples and syrup. That's obviously going to be the dessert. That's a big old pouch. Wonder if we'll be able to get it all in on the tray. So this was the other thing that felt like the plastic tubing. It's stuck to the bottom, and I think that's actually more crackers. So those are two identical looking things, and I'm thinking that that's the only thing it looks like to me. I'm guessing this one is more coffees. We've got two coffees. Berries, jam. So we've got, look at that big portion of jam. Normally you get that kind of little finger size one, but that's almost the size of an entree. Berries, jam. I wonder if that's maybe something like applesauce rather than, it kind of feels more applesaucey than, I don't know, we'll find out again once we get into it. Interesting stuff, especially this. And there's still more. So there's our FRH, flameless ration heater. Not sure we're going to use that. We probably will just use the microwave. Still a little bit unpleasant to be outside for any great periods of time. And there are some guys next door doing a little bit of construction. I don't want them interrupting my ration heater. But I did use the Chinese one in the Chinese PLA ration I did recently with that weird sticky rice. It was like glue, and that was a bad boy of a flameless ration heater. It was really hot, and even the retort pouch was a little bit warm to the touch. But yeah, we'll probably say that, you know the drill with if you've seen a ration review, how the flameless ration heaters work. You pour a little bit of water up and it heats up. This looks like the entree, and this is going to be the surprise, and it's pasta with pomodoro sauce. And for those of you that don't know, that's tomato sauce. So pasta con pomodoro. So that's going to be interesting. Some pasta, and that is everything. And that is a shame, because that was such a cool bag. I don't even know if I should use that as the thumbnail. I don't know. That's a decision to be made later. So, as I said, what have we got? We've got berries and jam. We've got whatever this is. We can't even read. So tiny. And that's almost no help at all. I do got some reading glasses somewhere, but that's going to be surprise. We'll open that up, and I'm guessing that's got to be crackers. We've got two coffees. And that's a huge amount of lemon lime isotonic beverage. I'm not even sure how much you would make that. Oh my goodness, we've got the little accessory packs open. So we obviously know there's a spoon, napkin. This could be pretty valuable. That's a pretty poor standard, very thin. We're not gonna get too carried away with that, because we're going to probably need that in a little while. So we've also got oh my god, there's more drinks. We've got two teas, we've got more drinks than we know what to do with. So that's quite a lot of beverages and a whole bunch of sugar and a tiny little salt. So got one little tiny salt pouch there to go with our pasta. Sugar. Oh, and there's 2 salts. We've got 2 salts in what looks to be 4 packets of sugar. Awesome stuff. So all that really remains now is to get it out onto the tray. And there you go. So we've got our tea brewing there, and I've also put both coffees in my regular coffee mugs. We've got more beverages than we need, but I will open a couple of things for you. So I'm going to save 1 tea bag and the sugars and the flameless ration heaters. So let's do the isotonic thing, because I'm a little bit curious to see what this looks like and smells like. So I got as much as we could. Somehow the salt's got in the pineapple, never mind. So there you go. And if that was blue, that'd look like something maybe Heisenberg in Jesse Pinkman cooked up. There's actually a big rock in there. Let me show you that. Instead of crystal blue persuasion, it's pineapple yellow persuasion. Maybe we should try and crush that down before we try to dissolve it. And I was almost tempted to like crush it up and draw up some lines just for amusement purposes, but let's not go there. Let's put the pineapple. I'm not sure I like it. It's very, very chunky. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like that or not, but it smells very artificial, pineapple-y, very, very artificial, almost air freshener pineapple. So we've got a good old Canadian IMP on hand, spoon spork on hand to give it a bit of a stir. Now, foolishly off air, I did something as well that might have annoyed you, because some guys, you'll know what I'm talking about in a second. But I did open one of these because I was very curious to see what's in, and it looks like it's cookies. But sorry, wait. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, that one hissed better, but you heard a little bit of a hiss there. So we've got a shit ton of cookies. So we're going to put those in there. Okay. Whoa. Probably the best cookies I've tasted in an MRE so far. Seriously. So hopefully that's dissolved. So we'll probably, you got like, that's 2 very large portions. There's a lot of cookies. Let me just get a whole stack out. So that's going to go very well with that coffee. So that's going to be our kind of dessert, coffee and dessert for afters. Some are a little bit crushed up, don't worry. You could almost make some kind of mock cheesecake, crush those up and maybe drain some of the syrup off. I did have to drink a little bit of the syrup to get it in the tray. And I was right, that does look to be like some kind of applesauce pudding. And you can see we've got a little bit of a cracker going on there. But here's our pasta in pomodoro sauce. And it looks like there's a little bit of carrot in there. And some fancy pasta shapes. It kind of looks like broken penne, or twisted, like maybe the factory had a batch that went a little bit wrong. But anyway, before we put some salt on it, let's have a little mouthful, see how this tastes. It smells really good. I wouldn't go as far as to say it tastes homemade like Mama makes. I actually did grow up with Italians as a kid. My best friend's mum, who happened to be Italian, a little bit of an inspiration to me for wanting to cook. But she used to cook Italian food, and I gotta say, this doesn't compare to her. So I really do know what Italian mama's food tastes like. It wasn't just her. I had lots of Italian friends who had lots of Italian mamas who cooked for me as a kid. And in my younger days, so nothing like anything they taste. Would it be something you taste at your Italian restaurant? Maybe one that's trying to pass as Italian restaurant, maybe not authentic. Maybe like one of those was like a Sabaro or a pizza stand at the food court, that kind of like Italian. Soggy pasta, as you always find, like the kind of boiardi. A little bit salty. I don't think you need to add any more salt to that. It's got these little kind of carrots in there, similar to kind of like a marinara, I guess. But pretty good. I'm not going to complain. Certainly isn't the worst entree I've had yet. Actually, time to think of it, I don't even know what the worst one I've had would be. I guess the Chinese PLA one has to be up there. The white rice and red bean. But I'm not the biggest of portion either. I mean, we did get a huge portion of pineapples, but yeah, main entree could have possibly been a little bit bigger, and that could have been a little bit smaller. But you got shit ton of cookies, and the mystery thing. I'm going to save that till I've had my entree and finish that before we find out what the mystery thing. I still have no idea what it is. Can't read that for jack shit. So that might be a surprise. It might be another savoury thing. It might be another dessert type thing. So we've kind of got like 2 desserts and cookies. So I'm guessing that's going to be... I mean, it kind of feels like it should be jerky. Or could be nuts. I'm not sure. But I want to kind of get this down before it's cold. Oh my god, I'm using the Canadian IMP and not the... Forgive me. Not the designated, although the Canadian IMP is a bit of a good one. This is a little bit tricky. You know what, maybe I use them both. And again, forgive me if this breaks the rules of MRE ration reviewing, but I do see some of these guys, they have their own special MRE spork type things. Amazing. I am actually wearing a white t-shirt, but it's underneath a red t-shirt, so if I did spill it, I won't get any, like, kind of, you know, what happens when you eat pasta and wear a white t-shirt. But that was pretty good. Certainly not the best. And a very bold claim to say it tasted homemade. But it was very salty. So before we try our pineapples in our mixed berry jam, which is kind of like applesauce, I don't know, I talked over, there was possibly a hiss. It's a nut sack. Oh my god, fantastic. So it wasn't beef jerky. It's a nut sack, a Chilean nut sack. Fantastic. It's a little trail mix, looks like just nuts and peanuts and raisins. But how appropriate. A nut sack, fantastic. So that's what the mystery item was. And that's certainly going to add some protein to you. Let's have a little look. Get my nuts in my hand for you to have a gander at. So yeah, definitely nuts in a... That's not chocolate, is it? No, it's definitely a raisin. There's no salt. Oh, you dropped a cookie in the pasta sauce. Never mind, it's all good. There's a man that used to live next door to me always used to say at Halloween, red M&M, blue M&M, yellow M&M. They all end up the same colour in the end. So that's actually really good. I do like my nuts in a trail mix. If you do follow my channel, you know I make my own custom-made trail mixes from time to time. I'm a bit of a trail mix master as it goes. But this is pretty good. And I don't think these are roasted. I think they almost might be raw peanuts. But that's fantastic. So what should we try now? There's a little napkin that come. Give my hands a little wipe. Give the spoon a little wipe. The juice was pretty fantastic actually. Before we try that, why don't we try the beverage base? Ooh. It starts off a little bit sweet, and then there is a kind of sharp tang. And although it smelled very artificial, it tastes very similar to the juice that you would kind of be familiar with that you get in the canned pineapple. Very similar to this juice, actually. Wow. That is some disappointing pineapple. It almost tastes more like potato. Not at all. There's a trace of... Can you kind of see that? The juice is fantastic, but it almost tastes like a Jello pineapple, or like a puree that's been shaped into pineapple. Well, still pretty good nonetheless. Not the best pineapple. Maybe that's homemade style. Well, that piece was a bit more pineapple-y than the others. Maybe what else we got? We've got some tea and our coffee to try. Once we've got all our pineapple down. Oh god, that's going to take forever. I'll do that off camera. So let's just try a cracker quickly because that was falling off. Let's dunk it in the pineapple. They are very good. Very comforty. Not too sweet. Not too bitter. Definitely get a little bit of butter going on there. Wow. Stunk one in the coffee. That smells like truck stop coffee or the familiar instant freeze-dried coffee type smell. And tastes pretty much just like that truck stop cafe. Not bad actually. It's not. It's a lot better than kind of Nescafe, I will say. So this is going to be a little bit interesting. This berry stuff. So let's try not to get any spillage. As you can kind of see, it looks a little bit like something baby foody. But wow, it's very good actually. Kind of, you could imagine it on top of a cheesecake. Certainly it isn't jam that you would spread on a cracker or on bread, but that is very good actually. Way better than the pineapples. I'm guessing that's like some cherry, perhaps red berry, blueberry. And that is a little bit sweet, but also nicely taught. And again, that's going to be fun and games picking all that up. Let's have a little try the tea. I mean, it's a black tea. Oh, that's a very nice cup of tea. I wonder what goes best, cup of tea with this biscuit or coffee. Oh my god, it's just as well. You got 2 teas and 2 coffees with all these cookies and nuts. Goodness, it looks like something your wife might throw away each and every month. Sorry, inappropriate humour does feature in most of my videos at some point or other. Well, not most of them, but a lot of them. But that tea and the biscuit is absolutely fantastic. Cup of tea and a biscuit, it can't go wrong. Now, I have got a lot of biscuits, so I'm going to kind of experiment something here and see if we can kind of replicate a little bit of a cheesecakey thing. I guess I could pick this up so I don't stretch so far. Please forgive me, I'm going to slurp that. Hang on. Whoa, that was a good one. Becky P, that's going to be up there, I think, around an 8 or a 9. Hang on. That was the aftershock. Okay, so that was the pineapple juice I slurped. Oh wow, yeah, that kind of sounds like some kind of crumble, like rhubarb crumble perhaps. That was definitely a winner. A little bit like my coffee crisp peanut butter jelly tortilla roll that I made in my last Canadian IMP. Sometimes you've got to mix and match and experiment. I'm pretty sure like that the guys out there in the field have all sorts of hacks in secret army kinds of recipes to make different things out of MRE components, but that was a very good idea. Please forgive me if again that breaks the rules. And that is, wow, and that's a dessert on its own. But this has been pretty good so far. I've got a shitload of cookies to get through and a pile of nuts. So let's finish our isotonic, get our vitamins in what are they called? Electrolytes. And those into us. So there is a little bit of granulation left at the bottom of the cup. Oh, and there's the tautness afterwards. Very interesting, that. Very, very interesting. I was kind of expecting it to be very, very kind of like saccharine and very, very, I mean, it was a little bit artificial, but just not as artificial. Yeah, well, say no more. All right, so I should have tossed the crumbled up ones in there, shouldn't I, really? So I'm just picking those pieces out of just saving every last bite, because these crackers are the star, without a doubt, in this ration. So I'm going to finish off the rest of this off air, and I get back to you just to round up and summarize. And don't forget, I've got another packet of these to get through. I don't think it's going to be a problem, but it just might take a little while. Oh, that was a good one. I had like a tint of cookie, pineapple, and an aftertang of pasta pomodoro. Works better with a coffee, I think. But anyway, I'm going to have fun with the cookies and my nuts. I'll see you in a second. So I'm down to my last cookie. I think that's just a mouthful of coffee. And I got the tea to finish. There's a hell of a lot of liquid in one ration. I mean, you don't necessarily have to eat it all at one go, like I did. And I'm guessing like you'd probably split the cookies or crackers into 2 servings. Like have a packet in the morning, maybe a packet in the afternoon. I did actually give a couple to my roommate Roger. He said they were very good, like tea biscuits. Hang on. Oh God. And honestly, in good, truly, I am very stuffed. All of a sudden, boom, it like expanded in my stomach. I don't know if that's like the pasta expanded or the nuts certainly filled me up. And there were a lot of cookies. I mean, that was kind of like a whole tube that you'd get at the grocery store, kind of. But the coffee was actually not too bad. Not the best coffee I've ever had, but certainly much more pleasant than some. Certainly that horrible fucking 3-in-1 Nescafe shit they throw in the Canadian IMPs. But that is the last cookie. Although there are some crumbs and a single nut left. It's like so let's give it one last dunk in the tea. Oh, that's amazing. Absolutely comfort in a mug. Jeez. Almost wish I didn't give the other ones to Roger now. But I did. We got to share and share alike. This was absolutely fantastic experience. Certainly fun finding out what the mystery package was, and it turned out to be a nutsack. Cookies certainly at the start of the show. That little like berry jam, as they called it, mixed berry jam, is very much kind of like a little applesauce with like mixed berries. And with the crumpled up cookies, that tasted just like a cake. Absolutely fantastic that was. And pineapples, canned pineapples, the pasta, maybe a little bit better than something you might find in a can, but very, very similar to something that you might find at a food court Italian style restaurant. So this was, as I said, a very, very, very fun and interesting ration to review. All it remains is a little last sip of tea, but Again, thank you to Safari Man 1 for sending me this ration, and he has got another 2 reviews to come his way of rations he sent me so far, maybe more in the future. So thanks for watching, folks. This was a shit video production for TSP TV. See you in the next one.